Ciao a tutti ragazzi, benvenuti in questa nuova live. Sono con Diba
Bella.
e ragazzi tra 5 minuti esce cioè incomincia la live del reveal di Battlefield 5 e
Yeah.
secondo molti dicono che sarà ambientato durante la seconda guerra mondiale, altri nel Vietnam. A me personalmente mi stanno bene tutti e due perché il Vietnam non è quasi mai stato fatto e vabbè la seconda guerra mondiale è la seconda.
Yeah. Allora, quanto manca? Dai, ci siamo quasi. In realtà l'avevamo fatta prima già sta live, solo che appena è cominciata la live hanno detto che era un'ora dopo.
Appunto, è questo il problema. Rispammo. Cazzo devo dirti? Ecco. Di te qualcosa.
Allora, il bianco assomiglia alla neve.
Eh?
E il cavo AUX, diciamo che è un po'... è un po' sottodimensionato, ecco. Oh, no?
Sì. Diba,
Ok.
puoi metterti la chat te,
Che chat?
dal
Ah,
streaming.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sk. Oh, figa, cotoletta. Porca puttana.
O puoi mandarla te nell'altro gruppo.
Ok,
No, aspetta, com'è che si chiama?
Dio. Fai pensi tu? Va bene.
Sì, so io. Boh, 2 minuti e mezzo, sì, lo so, sto lasciando OBS e facendo un Inception della Madonna, però dopo appena inizio. Ce lo gustiamo, gustiamo, gustiamo.
Madonna che laggata. Allora, si può collegare un MP3? No?
Pablito Neri, beh, forse Diba sì, oh no, comunque.
Come neri.
Ciao Arnes,
Ma poi
raga.
io sono tanto bianco.
Sì, appunto. Beh, comunque Arnes non so dove vedi il giorno. In simpatia overnite.
Mamma mia.
Ho la voce un po' andata a fanculo per via del mal di gola, della tosse. Comunque, com'è che va? Rimane.
Cosa? La live?
Ah, anche.
Va benissimo. Ah.
Matte dovrebbe arrivare in un po' tardo, forse.
Sì, è un po' come Trenitalia, ecco.
Madonna, un minuto.
Marco.
A me il sole splende, è colpa del fumo. È vero. Colpa del fumo per la voce e per la
Ah.
tosse. Ah. Oh, Arnes, allora mandami una bella foto del tuo sole che splende. Cioè, il mio sole è proprio qua di fianco. Perché tu ce l'hai puntato in faccia.
Mamma mia.
Sempre in ritardo, è quello. Oh. Raga, io sono abbastanza veramente eccitato perché dopo la delusione di COD 4,
Perché è stata una delusione, COD?
ma a me perlomeno non mi è piaciuto niente. Cioè, non mi ha convinto. Ma non credo neanche di prendere.
Ma non te lo sei comprato?
Oh mio Dio.
Sta cominciando.
No, guarda. No, no, raga, era il Panzer 4 quello dietro.
Bellissimo.
Sto santo. No, oh, è veramente, cioè, è una merda questo. Dai trailer. Può anche essere. Oh mio Dio, raga. Siamo.
Ma si sente l'audio del
Sì,
coso?
sì, l'ho alzato io. Ditemi se si sente tutto. Schermo nero. Penso a partisse il
Che
trailer.
cazzo?
Thanks, Bram. You know, I've been playing Battlefield as long as I can remember. And over the past 16 years, these games have come a long way. From 1942 to Bad Company to Battlefield 4 and up to Battlefield 1. And today, I'm taking on the most important mission objective I've ever been a part of.
Ditemi com'è che va l'audio.
About Battlefield 5. I'm geared up, ready to go. My squad's out there, so let's deploy because we are live in London. Let's get the show started.
Ah, ora fanno tutto il ripercorso di Battlefield. Perché ha detto dal 40, cioè dal 1942 che era Battlefield. Il 4. 3. Cavolo, che gioco. Bad Company 2. Il 2142.
Bellissimo. Ma anche te si blocca un po'.
Sì.
Ah, ma è normale.
Minchia, mi sto prendendo uno scherzo.
Welcome everyone to the Battlefield 5 live reveal. I'm your host for this evening, Trevor Noah, and I'm so excited to be here introducing this new edition of Battlefield, which for some reason everyone has already assumed is Battlefield 5. I mean, and not Battlefield V. Could be V, why not V? Battlefield V could be just as good. Yeah, I do love that fans on Twitter are actually changing the V's in their profiles for this game, something my mother did many years ago, ahead of the curve. And most people don't know this, but the V in my name is actually a 5. Yeah, my name is actually pronounced Trev5 or Noah. Very unique. As a huge fan of these games, I've always loved how captivating the Battlefield
Ragazzi,
is.
mettete
And
like, mi
today, you'll see
raccomando.
that Battlefield 5 has the most immersive
Ora, non so se capite
battlefield
l'inglese, io
ever.
sto un po'
If
capendo.
you've ever been in a battle with
Sì,
me, you
pure
know
un
that I'm
po'.
the most dedicated
Non,
support
non
person
sono
who
ai
ever
livelli
lives.
di
I'm in the mud, preparing
tradurre
tanks. You know, I'm laying down mines as tank rushers come in.
proprio
No,
One
ma
time,
neanch'io.
I
nel
even repaired a
momento.
plane mid-air that might be alive, but I'm
Al
sticking
massimo
with
vi
it.
dico un po' cosa che ha detto.
Because you see, I love that glorious joy of being the uncelebrated hero in a battle. And this game is going to have tons of moments like that. There are so many new and exciting features coming to you in Battlefield 5 that you will learn about today. The next
Ma che
level of
cazzo
large-scale
vuoi tu,
multiplayer,
Ma è ovvio che
Battlefield
sto
5
capendo, va.
single-player war stories,
Non
and we'll
tuttissimo,
start showing
ovviamente, però.
you the epic post-launch journey all players will experience when the game is finally released.
Però mi
And you
sono
know, we've
rotto il
got some
cazzo
other
che fa.
surprises, so why waste time? Let's get straight into it and get the show started. I'm joined now by the producers of Battlefield 5, Andreas Morel, Ryan MacArthur, and Lars Gustafsson, everybody.
Gameplay e modalità, le armi.
Gentlemen, here as a professional, anything. I am here as a gamer. I am here as a Battlefield player. I am here to ask only the questions I am interested in. You have made a horrible mistake.
Vabbè, comunque all'inizio già ho detto che la V l'hanno usata
Let's
anche
start at
per
the beginning. You are taking
Come tipo
players back to
Battlefield.
where the Battlefield franchise started. World War II.
Era la
Now,
cosa
at
che
this
aveva
point,
lanciato
are you
per
like
Ciro.
those guys, you know, those
Poi alla
army
fine non ho
pilots that they find
ascoltato
on an
perché
island in the Pacific, you know, who think that the
Beh,
war
ci
never
sta
ends. Is that who you
5.
are right now?
pure anche per il 5.
Did. It ended. You told me.
Infatti.
Lars.
Come GTA 5, tipo. Speriamo che sia un capolavoro
To
come
be honest
quello.
with you, it's really.
Punto.
I mean, we yearned for years to go back to where it all started about 16 years ago, and you know, technology has evolved, and the team has gained so much experience.
Ma parlano solo?
Sì, raga, è
no?
stata ufficializzata la seconda guerra mondiale.
It's really something that
Oh.
the guys back home at DICE is really passionate about. The whole era. Just ask Mr. Battlefield, he was there.
Right, Mr. Battlefield, that's Lars's nickname, by the way. I'm known as Madame Battlefield. Now, players have experienced World War II in so many movies and in games. It's really difficult to come up with a new and fresh perspective. What perspective are you bringing to it with this version of Battlefield? Andreas, will this be more Saving Private Ryan or Inglourious Basterds?
So we've seen all the movies, you know. We played the games. We've been there. I'm pretty sure at least I can navigate half of France
Questo è
without
strappato
maps
da
just by playing the games. so for us, going back to where it all began for us is really about delivering World War II experience that no one's never seen before. Really kind of hitting on the unseen locations, the untold stories, the unplayed moments.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's really taking you on the journey from the start, and at a go, you will be able to play the German forces, the British forces, and we want to take you on that journey, you know, to exotic places like freezing Scandinavia, it's kind of our home turf, but in Norway, or rugged deserts where the battles took place in Northern Africa. Why not to the ruins of the once so beautiful Rotterdam? So it's really to take you on a journey, and we want to do this with a kind of a fresh and modern take, so really hopefully surprise the players, but also to please them.
You've given me a sneak peek, and so many words come to my mind. I mean, intense, immense, powerful. Ryan, do you have a specific way that you want players to see this battlefield?
Well, I think the best way we can describe it is immersive. I mean, this needs to feel like the most immersive battlefield that players have ever played. I mean, we want them to exploit the battlefield in ways they've never been able to before. I mean, when you look at the chaotic multiplayer that the franchise is known for, and sort of fan classics like Conquest, and some of the new modes that they got working on, like Airborne. You know, we're going back with war stories, sort of that.
Ma fanno vedere i gameplay, sì.
Sì, lo faranno vedere. Qua è proprio l'introduzione. Comunque da quel che sembra vado ipercaduti. No, comunque sembra tutto concentrato in Europa.
It always feels like it's a journey. That's what it always feels like with Battlefield.
Perché
one thing I loved about the game was how the maps and the world
credo che lo fa
in Europa.
You know, felt like my
inventato in Europa finora dai concept art.
And I think when looking at this game, Andreas, what's your vision?
Trailer lo faranno vedere tra una 20.
So we're really building on what we started with previous games. It's really about giving players the most immersive world that they could enter. You should really be grounded in it. Expanding on the movement set that we've done so well, really pushing all these new features that we're going to be talking about.
Right, it sounds great.
Ragazzi, ditemi se spostare la chat.
Let's dive into it and talk about some of the gameplay. Here to do that is Daniel Berlin.
In Battlefield 5, we're expanding the toolbox for the player, giving you access to new abilities to create your own and brand new battlefield moments. Now there's a deeper connection between the player and the world around you. You will be physically pushed by the shockwaves from explosions. You can experience completely new ways to traverse and tactically maneuver across the battlefield with our overhauled movement system. Our renowned destruction will rip up the terrain with chunks of masonry hanging from destroyed buildings, or have high-caliber rounds ripped straight through walls to take out enemies hiding inside. We're also bringing back classic modes, such as Majority Rule Conquest, but we also have new modes and experiences for our unique take on World War II. We're bringing back operations with a bang, and we're calling it Grand Operations. Here, you'll experience multiple game modes as you fight over multiple maps, all wrapped within our narrative journey through historically inspired battles from World War II. With the return of our anthology format for single-player war stories, with new characters to meet and untold stories to discover. Back to you, Trevor.
Now, Daniel just talked about
allora, veramente hanno detto che hanno rinominato le operazioni di Battlefield grandi operazioni. Praticamente, vabbè, ci stanno le solite modalità famose
It's definitely massive.
Hanno cambiato qualcosina nelle operazioni.
From World War II, like Airborne being power dropped in, and it's operations from Battlefield 1, but bigger. It's really
ancora più grosso.
Yeah, I mean, what we want players to feel like is sort of a dynamic player-impacted experience, taking place over 4 fictional days. I mean, day 1 starts with you jumping out of an airplane and with the objective to destroy the enemy artillery, with that enemy sort of entrenching themselves to defend and protect. And depending on how the outcome of day 1 goes for you, as the two main forces start to battle over day 2 in a game of breakthrough, with the number of lives you have left remaining, depending on what you did the day before. And then as you continue to push on into new locations, we're going to see things like Conquest Assault, where players continue to fight for that terrain. And assuming, you know, when we see these players end up in a giant stalemate.
Io mi sto perdendo nelle immagini invece di ascoltare.
Infatti.
Sort of tired, muddy, no resources left. You've got just you, your squad, and one clip. and you all fight to the last man standing with the weight of the world on your shoulders.
So this is a game mode that you may never see if your games are not in a stalemate. You may never get to that fourth map and fourth story then.
Exactly.
That's an exciting way to play the game.
Pure appunto una nuova modalità allora, le grandi operazioni.
Los Angeles.
Le operazioni grandi. Su Battlefield 1 c'erano le operazioni. Quindi questa qua forse sarà ancora più grossa. Forse toglieranno le operazioni.
I have to say, I heard you guys say that co-op, and that's one of my favorite aspects of Battlefield 1. Lars, can you tell me more about that mode?
I definitely can. I mean, I'm happy to say that for the first time since Battlefield 3, co-op is back, and we're calling it Combined Arms. And here it's yet another way to experience that Battlefield sandbox, you know, next to our war stories and the multiplayer. And what we want to do here is to allow you and up to 3 players to go online and step into those shoes of the Pathfinders, those paratroopers that go in behind the enemy lines. And here you really only have the soldier next to you, maybe not
c'è una modalità
to rely upon as you move forward.
Con le armi combinate, tipo in 4.
Detected might mean death, and you will soon be struck by resource scarcity. You need to find the tools and find your way to the objective. So stakes are high, and you need to kind of assess: can I push through, or do we need to extract early? It's kind of win or lose. It's up to you.
I've been a huge fan of war stories.
Vinci o perdi, veramente devi cercare
Battlefield 1. What I truly enjoyed about it was I felt like I was learning about the stories behind the war and playing through the stories of the war, and it didn't always end well. And what I loved is because of that history element. Like, for instance, I told my little brother, I said, hey, if mom ever catches you playing, just say this is a history class that you're doing on the console. And then what I'll do is I'll tell my mom he was going to do that so she would know that I was always her favorite. And what was great was seeing the story. Lars, like, how is single player going to change in Battlefield 5?
Don't tell this to my kids.
Le storielle.
Well, are they changing? I mean, to me, I'm happy that you like the war stories.
Che cazzo?
For us, the war stories are really our opportunity to put the war into perspective. It's really about those human and untold stories of the war. And we try to portray those kind of real and relatable people facing epic warfare.
Comunque questo qua sul
It's Battlefield after all, so we'll be talking a lot here today about the gameplay improvements. So player agency is key, so you can create your own Battlefield moments. And at the bottom line, it's about allowing you to witness the Second World War, but through the eyes of the men and women that changed the world.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see here, I mean, this is one of the war stories that we're going to be talking about first. I mean, this is our Nordlys story. This is the story of a young woman who is part of the Norwegian resistance fighters fighting the German occupation during World War II. I mean, this is an exploration of emotion and feelings. It's a family story, right? You know, and this not only sort of really grounds the players in the reality, but sort of sets the context of the World War II that we're trying to create at DICE.
Mi raccontati di questa storia di...
Che cazzo è questa?
Instead of just focusing on the explosions and the gunfire, you see that look in her eyes. You want to know what she's thinking, what she's experiencing in that story. Why was it so important for you to focus on the people behind the stories from war?
Well, I think it's important to tell, you know, sort of believable and sort of honest stories and really sort of set the context and sort of maintain that connection to the world that we're trying to create. I think it's important for people to understand what our particular take is on World War II.
Sembra che ha del...
So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go back to Daniel now to cover what you'll take to the battlefield with you.
In Battlefield 5, we're aiming to mirror the immense arsenal of the Second World War. This was a period that saw an explosion
era col telefono.
when it comes to weapons and vehicles. You will get to fly iconic airplanes, engage in incredible tank battles, and also unleash secret weapons from World War II. Weapons that are powerful enough to turn the tide of any battle. And with the new fortification system, you can be more strategic than ever in how you choose to defend or advance through the terrain. Back to you guys.
Ciabatte di merda.
You know, I'm playing Battlefield. I know everyone in the audience will agree with me, people at home as well. I've always been impressed by the level of realism in the game. I remember once I was playing with a friend who served in special forces, and we were talking about our favorite guns, and I was talking about the recoil and what I liked about the sights versus other guns. And he turned to me at one point and he said, "Oh, where do you serve?" And I felt embarrassed because I was like, "Oh, Battlefield 3, that's where I was." And instead of him being angry, he was like, I didn't know that there was a game that was that immersive, something that really was as true to real without being a war simulation as possible. Guys, tell me about some of your favorite weapons in the game, some of the new vehicles that will be available in Battlefield 5.
I think at first, just by going back to this era, the pool of hardware that we can choose from is immense. There's so much there. And for me, being a vehicle guy, it's really quite a simple choice. It's the Tiger 1.
The Tiger 1 tank.
Yeah, I think it's the most iconic tank from this era. I just think it's
Che
amazing.
cazzo è?
What do you like about it? That's a weird choice for me.
Have you seen it? I think it's...
Tu li sei a memoria.
What, like the looks?
A bit, but also
Are you
it's...
saying that you're checking out a tank?
Ah, ecco
Have you
perché.
been in a battle with that?
Yeah, but I've never looked at it. I'm like, if I'm on the outside, I'm dying. If I'm on the inside, I'm concentrating. When are you looking? When are you doing this?
Ma dove stanno ora?
And just run around the tank dying, and then everyone's gonna be like, "Who's that guy looking at the tank?"
It's,
Faccio
come
una
on,
merda.
it's beautiful.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, good.
So Andreas is a
Sembra
tank
Douglas
guy.
Costa quello con la
Mr.
giacca.
Battlefield Laws, how about you?
I'm with you, Trevor.
Yeah, you think he's weird? I know. Yeah.
We've been trying to hide it, but now it's out. No, the fact that I'm also a support player. I can't hit the barn from the inside, so I need the big clips. And for me, the MG42 is really the weapon I play in the playtest.
Right, my man.
It has that iconic sound that, you know, it sends fear all over the map. And another part of it is the new kind of system which Daniel talked about for high caliber weapons. So previously I could make the same impact as a pistol, basically. But this time around, it comes with a punch. So where the pistol gets stuck in the wall, I can rip through. So I can finally make a difference.
Ha detto che veramente...
Hashtag no more knocking. I like this. Yes. All right, so we got a tank guy. We've got a weapons guy. Ryan?
Well, sort of embarrassing to admit, unlike Lars, I can't hit a barn, period. For me, it's the toolbox. In Battlefield 1, all players had a gas mask. In Battlefield 5, we're going to replace that gas mask with a toolbox. So that means I can run around the battlefield with my toolbox, setting up fortifications, and sort of really changing the dynamic of the battlefield so that these guys who can actually hit something, I can offer some value on the playing field.
Wait. So fortifications, you just skimmed over that.
Well, I mean, this as a support player, I mean, I think this is something you really love. It's something I think is a great addition to the game. It really allows you to sort of, for players who want to focus on the objective. I mean, this is something you can sort of pull out your toolbox. You can build reinforcements. You can reinforce buildings that Andreas has destroyed with his tank. You can build foxholes and set up machine guns so people like Lars can sit there and camp out at choke points. I mean, this is going to change the strategic way people play both as attackers and defenders.
Was that a response to the gaming community? Because I know as a Battlefield gamer, I always wanted what I didn't have. So
credo che lo faranno lì, cioè i ingegneri faranno una cosa.
I need places to fall apart. And then at some point I was like, too much destruction. Like there's nothing left. Was this a response?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of esteemed players in here in the studio today and in the community overall who at some point, especially when we're testing, we came to a point where the level was leveled. The world was leveled and you couldn't advance. So basically this is to counter that and give you an additional kind of toolbox to rebuild. And then you and I can come in as heroes again and they fortify. We come there and we add an extra heavy machine gun or an AA gun. So it's kind of teamwork once again, and we are the celebrated heroes.
We are the celebrated heroes we deserve to be. I like that, Lars. Thank you. Now, now that we've learned about the tools, let's hear about the company. Here to tell us more, please welcome Natalie Eek.
Trevor, and yes, the company is something that is completely new to Battlefield 5. It's your personal collection of customized soldiers, weapons, and vehicles that you can tailor and grow as you play. The company is the heart and soul of your personal experience, and the choices you make here for your company actually matters. Not only will your choices affect the way you look, but also how your weapons and vehicles play. As you squad up with your friends, make sure to pick a soldier that complements the rest of your squad to take on the battle ahead. And during the game, adapt to the changing circumstances by calling your company and bring in the right soldier, weapon, or vehicle to suit your situation. Back to you, Trevor.
Andreas, that really sounds awesome. Tell me more about the company and how it works, because you know I know from my years in Battlefield that the group that really plays together stays together.
No, the company is something that we're super excited about. For the first time, you can now create your own personal experience with the soldiers you take onto the battlefield. It's really up to you to decide how you want them to play and also how they look. So as you keep playing and you get better, your soldiers will get better with you.
So give me an example of how this would impact me as a support class.
So if you take your support class player you want, and you start playing with that soldier, and you start progressing him, you're going to unlock a set of new abilities, new perks, and sort of these new exotic ways to play the game as a support class, and then unlock new weapons for yourself to play with. You take that machine gun that Lars loves so much, and you level that machine gun up. You make the choices that matter, and then you decide, well, I think this needs its own custom paint job. So you sort of make that machine gun, really make it your own, and then you go in and you grab that sort of iconic support outfit that you really want to wear going into battle. You jump in with some friends and off you go.
You know, it's funny you brought up customization, because I've always believed in Battlefield the team is important, but looking badass is the most important thing. I think anyone who's been in war can agree with this. Please tell me that I can customize my look to be properly badass in the battlefield.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, if it's worth doing looking good.
Right.
So I think, part of the tactical gameplay that comes with Battlefield, I mean, what we want to do is give you the ability to create your own personal identity. So, no more anonymous soldiers. This is your soldiers in their boots going into battle. Their own weapons, customized the way that you want to do it. The gear that you want them to wear. I mean, this is going to feel like it's your own personal arsenal.
And obviously, I want to get as much of that arsenal as I can possibly get. How do I even begin getting all of this gear?
You play the game. I mean, for what we want players is you get rewarded for playing the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty short. It's whatever you want to progress towards, your company, your class, or a specific item, you play the game. And we set out to commit to that you always feel rewarded.
Ma continuano a scrivere.
Whatever you play.
Che cazzo scrivono? Cioè, guardatevi la cosa.
I guess I have to ask, and I know it's a sensitive subject, but I'm still going to go there. Is this game going to be pay to win?
No, you can't pay to get an unfair gameplay advantage.
What if I have a lot of money?
Call me.
So you won't be able to pay?
No. So in Battlefield, it's always been about balanced rock, paper, scissors gameplay, and it still is. You really have to, like Les was saying, you have to play the game to earn new gear, and skill is really key.
Okay, but what about Premium Pass? Will it be one of those games where I have to shell out another $50 6 months after I've bought the game? Is that how it works?
Well, I guess I get the fun part of not taking any money as well, but no, there's no more Premium Pass in this game. This means no more.
Wow.
Thank you. It's the least I can do. Thank you. Yes. I mean, this means no more paying for maps, no more paying for modes. This is something the community has asked for. This is something the team really believes in. So what we want is a game where people stay together, they play the games together, and they get to go on this journey through World War II together.
That's beautiful. That means I finally lose my nickname, No Maps Noah. This is so
Okay.
All right, well, it's time to learn about what happens after the game launches. So, to tell us all about live service, please welcome back Natalie and Daniel.
So launch is really just the beginning.
Ecco.
Tides of War is an epic journey that you and your company will take through World War II. It will bring you an evolving, diverse game that will grow over time as we immerse you and your company in different theaters of war. Playing Battlefield 5 is an experience unlike any other. It will differ from all previous Battlefield games. And the most important thing, it's open to all players.
Yes, and there will always be new battles, new fronts, and rewards on the horizon. And by removing Premium Pass, we are keeping the community together. So this time, there will be no expansion packs, and all players will be able to take part in the same journey through Battlefield 5. And with Tides of War, our players will experience themed chapters of World War II, each spanning over several months. And these will focus on key moments that impacted the outcome of the conflict. Trevor?
This sounds to me like a wild, full ride through World War II, but Lars, like, how big will this be?
How long is the stream? No. I mean, to put it into perspective, this was World War, and I mean, to me, it's going to be a huge journey. I mean, we want to take you on that journey with chapters from the history, and at the end of it, we really want you to be kind of experiences daily, weekly, and monthly events leading up to kind of the pinnacle of the grand operations and experience to achieve those special assignments, getting treated with extra rewards. So it is about keeping it fresh and constantly evolving, since what we see here and talk about here today it's just the beginning. And as you play it through, you'll start to be taken to a new horizon, new locations, new gameplay, and I mean, stick in for the ride.
It sounds like it's going to be one of those experiences where the more I play, the more cool stuff I can get. I get rewarded for my time. Is that going to be across different modes?
It's really simple. You just have to play the game to earn new cool gear, and doesn't matter if it's multiplayer or combined arms. Like you see here, you're able to earn new vehicles, new weapons. It's going to be dog tags and soldier skins, weapon skin. It's all there to really customize your crew to really be standing out on the battlefield the way you want it to be.
Right. It sounds amazing, and I only have one question, and that is, when does this all start?
Well, the game launches in October. So starting November, running through early 2019, we're going to start with our first chapter, which is going to focus on the fall of Europe. So we're gonna explore the German mechanized war machine as it pushes its way into Europe. This is going to be live gameplay focused events. We're going to have thematic rewards tied to this. You know, we can't wait to talk more about this between as we lead up to launch. Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to lie, you guys have definitely raised my analog stick, and I think we've waited long enough. This is the most immersive battlefield yet in a World War II you have never seen before.
Mi sembra da nascosta questo, non so perché.
Il trailer.
I'm done talking. I think it's time we see this thing. Are you all ready? Well, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. For the first time ever, the reveal trailer for Battlefield 5.
Rimetto la webcam perché...
Zitto. Oddio.
Aia, ti hai fatto male.
No, il gameplay è questo.
Ah, guarda sopra la LAD. Guarda. L'HUD. Bellissimo. No, vabbè.
Piangendo.
Tu.
Ti giuro.
Bellissimo.
Hello, old friend.
Me lo aspettavo. Mamma mia.
Games play best on Xbox One.
Wow. Cioè, ok, era abbastanza...
Wow. The car, the thing, the man, the boo. You saw the thing, the man, the huh? I hope they got insurance. That was insane. Did you see that?
We did say it.
That was... Andres, I don't feel like you saw it. I feel like you've seen it before.
I might have seen it before.
The person jumped on their back and then started shooting while moving on their back.
Yeah. It's cool. That's all I can say.
This is what happens when you live life in a tank, Andreas. That was exciting. Give it up for that one more time. That was an amazing trailer. Oh, wow. So wait, so before we go, am I correct in saying there were some new animations there were some new moves that you could do in the game?
There's a few.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Andreas. Thank you, Andreas.
To be honest, as in, I think we should thank the team back home in Stockholm for
huge call out.
helping us to get to this point. As in, they are
ok, allora credo che il trailer sia il gameplay della nuova modalità, perché
infatti
si capivano chi erano i tanto i buoni che tiravano tedeschi e gli alleati insieme. Vabbè, non sarà così.
Vabbè, la carriera sarà diversa, questa sarà simile alla seconda allora.
Magari questa qua è proprio la nuova modalità.
Give it up for the people in Stockholm, please. Give it up for Stockholm. Wow. Battlefield 5 launches worldwide on October 19th. In the meantime, these guys are giving away free expansion packs in Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 4. So just head to battlefield.com for all the details. And next up is EA Play on June 9th, where you'll see multiplayer for the very first time. I hope all of you are as excited as I am for Battlefield 5. To watch that trailer again, go to youtube.com/battlefield. And if you want more info, join some of the team here with Xbox, who are hosting an exclusive post-show.
Allora, il gioco esce il 19, la Deluxe Edition, se ordini la Deluxe 16, mentre se hai anche il Play Access, cioè il original, a
16 novembre
dall'11 ottobre.
Ah, ok. Bellissimo. Ma io lo compro, faccio il preordine, cazzo mio.
Beh, allora, trailer sicuramente non. La storia. Che altro era, credo, della nuova modalità da perché più che altro mi sono perso nel.
Infatti, io non ho capito molto, però dalla grafica e tutto era bello, cioè un botto di cose aerei, come al solito, diciamo, però secondo me mondiale.
Credo che sia della nuova modalità. Vero, perché cioè se non è che mi avrebbe una delusione sulla parte di fatto gioco. Oh.
No, metti pausa la live, sennò. No, sì, è la live, quella lì.
Oh, te che cos'è che.
Io che lo comprerò sicuramente. Quindi significa che è bello.
Comunque ho visto anche un casino di persone che sui veicoli, cioè sui carri armati.
Secondo me però peserà un botto, mamma mia.
Sì, beh, quello può anche. Però dico,
cioè, noi lo reggeremo forse in media qualità.
Vabbè, Battlefield 1 che lo regge grafica massimo.
Ah.
Non è che farai, cioè farai sui 50 e 60. Però eccolo, ovviamente non è che giocheremo tutto.
Vabbè, ma infatti.
No, beh, comunque, cioè io spero la personalizzazione è alta. Cioè. Vedi, certi personaggi avevano la giacca in credo che questo qua sia della nuova credo. Se no, cioè. Poi vabbè, sui veicoli, se vedete, sì.
Mi dispiacerebbe se fosse quello online. Un altro flop.
Non proprio flop, cioè sarebbe un mezzo. Tra l'altro diventa un po' una trashata, cioè. Boh, vabbè, vedremo poi con i prossimi trailer che sicuramente usciranno, soprattutto che ha poco meno di un mese.
Infatti.
lo farà. Poi al Gamescom.
Il Gamescom. Mi sa che sì, forse luglio.
Credo più in sì, agosto. Poi boh, al Games Week a Milano ho visto, ho letto che
Sì, quello è dal 6 all'8.
quindi secondo me si potrebbe anche provare anche lì.
Ma infatti, sì.
Sicuramente ci sarà. Soltanto che ovviamente la fila sarà troppa.
Over tipo prestissimo.
Vabbè, lo stesso. Però boh.
Uno ha scritto Black Ops 4 looks better, what the fuck?
Però certi sono rimasti abbastanza.
Infatti, Call of Duty from
Oppure sono
Battlefield
rimasti un po'
5, Call of Duty
perplessi.
from Battlefield
Oppure gli
5.
altri sono. Ma più che altro non capiscono. Credo che sia la nuova modalità o qualcosa. No, veramente. Potrà essere figo.
Tutti con i pollici in giù. 8000 dislike. E inizio live mi sa che ce n'erano molti.
Beh, ma se vai a vedere quello di COD ti sparo.
Quanti?
Oh ragazzi, io non ho niente. Oh, andiamo al video.
Sì.
Reaction dei nuovi trailer che usciranno sicuramente. Magari anche di altri giochi. Boh. Niente.
Fortnite looks better.
Oh vabbè. Dai. Iscrivetevi al canale. Seguiteci su Instagram.
Su Instagram.
Condividete il video. Ma ovviamente attivate anche le notifiche così almeno vi arrivano.
Infatti.
E niente, ci vediamo. Bella.
Bella.